Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome back, dear children, in your online mathematics class. In the previous class, we were studying the chapter ratio and proportion. So, we have studied about the ratios. Now, today we study the term proportion. What is proportion? If I say that 6, 10, 18 and 30, these are four numbers. Okay, now if I find out the ratio of the first two numbers, that means 6 is to 10. What we get here, 6 by 10, 2 3 times, 2 5 times. Here we get 3 by 5. It means we get the ratio here 3 is to 5. And we find out the ratio of the third and fourth number. That means 18 is to 30. That means 18 by 30, which is equals to 3 by 5. That is 3 is to 5. So here you can see that these two ratios are equal, right? So what we say here, that these four numbers are in proportion. Understood? What is a proportion? A proportion is an equation that states that the two ratios are equal. It means that 6 by 10 is equals to 18 by 30. Or you can write it like 6 is to 10 is equals to 18 is to 30. Or we express this term proportion as 6 is to 10 this. This is the sign of a proportion. This is read as 6 is to 10 as 18 is to 30. Okay. So A, B, C, D. Suppose these are four numbers and they are said to be in proportion if A is to B as C is to D. It means that the ratio of these two numbers is equal to these two. So here A, B, C and D, these two terms are known as, this is the first term, this is the second term, this is the third and this is the fourth. Okay, and the two terms which are in between these are known as mean. This is means. And the two terms which are at the corners, you can say, these are extremes. Okay, so if they are in proportion only if the product of mean is equals to their product of extreme. So product of extreme is equals to product of mean. If this happens, then only we can say that these ratios are in proportion. Okay. Now if I take the ratio like this, A is to B as B is to C, then this ratio is said to be in continued proportion because here the mean terms are the same, right? So this ratio is said to be in continued proportion. And here B is called the mean proportional. And A and C are known as the first proportional and the third proportional. And to find out the mean proportional, formula B square is equals to, or you can say b is equals to under root ac, or you can write b square is equals to ac. Okay, let's come to the exercise. Question number 1, check whether the following numbers are in proportion or not. So here we have to check they are in proportion or not. If their product of mean term is equals to the product of extreme term, then we say that they are in proportion. So first we find out the product of mean term. Product of mean term, 3 to the 6 plus 7. 7 by 2 multiplied by 3. So here you get 21 by 2. Now we find out the product of extreme term. That means this 2 multiplied by 4 whole number 1 by 2. 4 2 is 8 plus 1 9 by 2. 2 cancel out. Here we get 9. So here you can see that the product of mean term and the product of extreme terms are not equal. It means that they are not in proportion. So we write here product of mean term is not equals to product of extreme term. So they are not in proportion. Okay. Now see this one. Find the value of x in each case of the given proportions. So here it is clear that they are in proportion. So here first we find out, we use the formula product of mean term is equals to product of extreme term. It means 1 by 3 multiplied by 1 by 2 is equals to 1 by x multiplied by 1 by 5. So we transfer this fraction this side, we get 1 upon 3 multiplied by 1 by 2 multiplied by 5 is equals to 1 by x, right? So here we get 1 by x is equals to 5 by 6. So we get the value of x 6 by 5, or you can change this into mixed fraction. So you get 1 whole number 1 by 5. Question number 3, find the fourth proportional 2. Here 3 proportions are given and we have to find out the fourth proportion. So let the fourth proportion be x. Then 1 upon 3, comma 1 upon 5, comma 1 upon 7 and comma x are in proportion. Okay, so we apply the formula product of mean is equals to product of extreme. Product of mean 1 upon 5 multiplied by 1 upon 7. Product of extreme 1 upon 3 multiplied by x. Here we get 1 upon 35, 1 upon 3 multiplied by x, and here we get the value multiplied by 3. So you get 3 by 35. X is equals to 3 by 35. Question number 4. Find the mean proportional between. Now here we have to find out the mean proportional. So let x be the mean proportion. Let x be the mean proportion between 7 by 11 and 9 by 308. Then we can write it like 7 by 11 is to x as x is to 9 by 308. We can write it like this. And I have told you how to find out the mean proportion. x square is equals to what? The product of extreme terms. 7 upon 11 multiplied by 9 by 308. So here we get 44. So we get the value x square is equals to 9 by 11 multiplied by 44. Now we apply square root on both the sides. So here we get x and here we get square root 11 multiplied by 44. Now we find out the LCM of 9. Here you get 3 by 3. And here you can write 44 as 11 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2, right? Now here comes out 3, here 11 and here 2. So here we get 3 by 22, the value of x. Question number 5. Find the third proportion proportional to. So let the third proportional portion be, let the third proportional to 240 paise and 480 paise be x. Then this is the x is the third proportion, right? Then 240, 480 and x are in continued proportion. And in continued proportion, the value, the mean term is the same. So we can write it like 240 is to 480 as 480 is to x. In continued proportion, the mean term is same, right? Now we apply the formula. Product of mean term is equals to product of extreme term. Product of mean term means 480 multiplied by 480 and here 240 multiplied by x. So we get the value of x 480 multiplied by 480 divided by 240. So here we get 24 two times. Here we get 960. This is the third proportion. Question number 6. Two friends bought a house for rupees 45 lakhs. Neeraj paid 20 lakhs and Sanjeev paid the rest. 3 years later, they sold the house for 63 lakhs. How much should Neeraj receive from the sale? So what is given? The total cost of a house is given. Total cost of a house is equals to rupees 4500,000. This is the total cost. Then the amount paid by Neeraj. Amount paid by Neeraj is what? Rupees 20 lakhs. And now we find out the amount paid by Sanjeev. So what would be the amount paid by the Sanjeev? We subtract this by this number. This is the total cost and this is how the Neeraj paid. So when we subtract this, we'll get the amount paid by Sanjeev. So here we get 25 lakhs. Rupees 25 lakhs. Now we find out the ratio of the amount paid by the Neeraj and Sanjeev. To find out the ratio, we divide this number by this. 20 lakhs divided by 25 lakhs. So here we get 4 by 5. So this is the ratio, that is 4:5. Now we have to find out the amount paid by Neeraj, amount the Neeraj received after 3 years when they sold the house. So first we find out the sum of the ratios. Sum of the ratio is equals to 4 plus 5, that is equals to 9. This is the ratio of Neeraj and this is the ratio of Sanjeev, and we have to find out the share of Neeraj, right? So amount received by Neeraj. What we do, we write the ratio of Neeraj here in the numerator and the total sum in the denominator, and then we multiply it by the total amount, that is 63 lakhs. So here we get 28 lakhs. So this is the amount received by Neeraj. Question number 10. 12 people can clean an office building in 3 hours. How long would it take 4 people? So here the time taken to clean the office by the people is inversely proportional to the number of people. See, 12 people can clean an office building in 3 hours. So how long would it take by 4 people? So 4 people takes more time, right? So this is a case of inverse proportion. So time taken to clean the office is inversely, here you write the ratio of the time taken to clean the office, right? Ratio of the time taken to clean the office is inversely proportional to the number of people. Okay, so 3 is to x is equals to what? We inverse the ratio. 12 people takes 3 hours, right? So how long would it take for 4 people? So we write here 4 and here 12. From here we will find out the value of x. Product of, this is the ratio of time and this is the ratio of the people required to clean the office. Okay, so here we inverse the ratio of the people. Product, now we apply the formula, product of mean is equals to product of extreme. Product of mean x multiplied by 4 and product of mean, extreme 3 multiplied by 12. This is the product of mean. Now the value of x is 3 multiplied by 12 divided by 4. So here we get 9. So the time taken to clean the office by 4 people is 9 hours.